Hello and welcome to Fort Mill Business Today, sponsored by the Fort Mill Economic Council. I'm your host, Patty Mercer. When it comes to opening a business, this is something that you're going to want to have. What's the answer? Well, John Elvington, the owner of Modulex Carolinas, he knows. Welcome to Fort Mill Business Today.
Thank you very much for your time.
So, Modulex Carolinas, what do you guys do there?
We are a manufacturer of interior and exterior signage as well as branded environments. And what I mean by that is it's anything exterior or interior that may represent your logo or destinations.
Ah, so the answer is a sign.
A sign, yes.
Now, how does one become a sign maker? Obviously, you've got some experience.
I do. I have 23 years of experience in the industry, and I fell into it while I was in Florida going to college. It's not what I was going to college for, but I fell into it and just loved the manufacturing, the hands-on, and the gratification you get of assisting people with signage.
Absolutely. Now, Modulex Carolinas. Modulex, is that the product that you're using to make the signs? What does Modulex mean?
Modulex, in theory, is a brand name.
Okay.
It's what it is. And we custom manufacture interior and exterior signage out of metals, composites, acrylics, woods, really anything you can think of that we can turn into a sign.
So Modulex Carolinas is now, you are the owner of this company. It was your brainchild, if you will. What was it that was that moment where you said, you know what, there's a better way to make this consumer friendly?
Exactly, that was my focus. After about 18 years of working from all the way through the process from manufacturing, project management, I realized that it's not the commodity side of the business, it's the process and the client that's important. So we focus heavily on ensuring we understand expectations and deliver a great product.
Well, one thing about it, if you have a great sign, you've got a great company, you've already got a great head start. So you put together a concept here at Modulex Carolinas to really incorporate and personalize this approach to creating a sign for a company. So what's the first step in this process? How do you find your customers?
Yeah, a lot of our business comes through our success with other clients, so it's word of mouth. So we find business through referrals. Due to our success with clients and implementing what they're looking for, they want us to come in and deliver a process-driven solution to them as well.
So do you do the graphics, the computer design, and all of that in-house?
Yeah, technology has taken the industry a long way, from 3D dimensional printing all the way up to using files like SketchUp to render signs on buildings before they're even in place.
Wow, so that's got to be a cost savings if you can have 99% accuracy of what a sign is going to be before you actually start manufacturing.
Exactly, this is a very visual industry. So through the use of technology, we're able to render designs onto existing buildings or even architectural renderings to give a client not only how it would look during the day, but also how it can look at night illuminated.
You got to think about those things as well, and proportions and sizes, and I mean, there's just so much that you wouldn't even know goes into the process of deciding and choosing. So would there be some signs here locally that I would recognize as your work right here at Modulex Carolinas?
Yes, probably one of the most visual projects we have is Shutterfly, right on 77.
Oh, you don't have to ask permission. Can we leave a sign while we're working on this? You are the sign.
Exactly. So Shutterfly really wanted to make a statement that they had relocated their headquarters or their local facility down into Fort Mill, and we assisted them with doing that. Also Red Ventures, we have done a lot of work with Red Ventures, Movement Mortgage.
Wow.
So those groups like that really defines really what we're really good at, and also a lot of the retail businesses moving into Fort Mill, such as downtown area, we've done a lot of work with them as well.
I am so impressed because the obviously, sign recognition.
Exactly.
You say it, I know exactly what you're talking about. Now, moving into owning your own company, why choose Fort Mill?
Yeah, when we moved here mainly driven by the schools, of how the Fort Mill schools. And when I started the business, I was based in Charlotte. So over the past, back in 2016, I decided to get more involved and have more impact in the community, as well as professionally. And I felt that Fort Mill had the best offering for that as well. There's also the financial side of the tax savings as well.
Yes, we talk about the things that we offer companies that are good for those companies and very attractive for them moving to Fort Mill. But what do you provide for us?
For the community?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have created sponsorships, and we support charities. Junior Achievement of the Carolinas we sponsor. We're working on a sponsorship right now with supporting Ann Springs. So we are really trying to get involved in not only donating from a monetary side, but also donating in our time as well.
Wow, that is so impressive. So how many years has Modulex Carolinas been in business?
5 years. I started it back
years.
in 2013 by myself.
And
Yes.
you've grown into how many employees?
We're right at 30 people with office here based in Fort Mill, one in Atlanta and one in Raleigh as well.
So 30 employed here in your Fort Mill office. But let's talk a little bit about the specific jobs within the company locally. Are you finding the talent pool that is required?
It's challenging. I mean, it's just because not only the economy right now is just booming.
Yeah.
There's a lot of construction going on, so the hands-on type work that's required is really limiting us on who we can hire. But also with the manufacturing dip over the past few years has also challenged with people not being educated on how to weld, how to run routers, and use their hands to make things.
Wow, so this is something that we're seeing. It's almost like a trending back to manufacturing, but it's not the manufacturing that we think of when we think of our grandparents. This is some high-tech opportunities to create and take a different career pathing perhaps than even a 4-year college degree.
Exactly. The technical colleges are really a great outlet for us because they teach not only the welding and some of the hands-on, but they also teach the technology with the routers and some of the lasers and things that are required that really make the process more efficient and allow us to produce more in a shorter period of time.
That is amazing. So York Tech is an area that is teaching that. Are you seeing more from our schools and working together? I mean, when we talk about apprenticeships or internships, do you offer those or will you be offering those in the future?
That is something we're looking at, and we have looked at doing internships on the manufacturing side, and we've had candidates come in. They're very early in the college, so usually be over the summer and they go back, but we're offering them some invaluable information that's applicable to what they're going to school for.
So knowing what your needs are and having those learning institutions that are providing the skill set, partnership, I would think, would be super important when the time comes for finding a job.
It's critical.
And where to go.
It's critical, yes.
How would you describe the culture here?
Wow, it's fast-paced, but we're also a very work-life balance-driven group. There's a lot of things we don't compromise, and that's the integrity of the company. So we want to make sure that people can focus a lot on the professional side, but also a rewarding side is to have that on the personal side as well.
You work hard, you play hard.
Exactly.
And everybody wins.
Exactly.
And in terms of just career pathing, I mean, can you work and provide for your family and create a career right here at Modulex Carolinas?
You can. I would say probably of our close to 30 employees, probably 28 or so are family. We have husband and wives that work here as well, so we're their sole source of income.
Yeah.
So absolutely they can.
That is very exciting.
Thank you. It is.
Wow. So, you know, when I think about moving forward, where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
That's a great question. I mean, it's tough some days in this industry to figure out where you're going to be in 3 months because it's such a demanding business. But in 10 years, I still see myself being here in Fort Mill with a company I hope that has grown strategically and is very healthy.
That is just fantastic. So when we think about the sign industry, there's different products, different materials. You focus primarily on this specific type of material. And then the customization really is the relationship that you build with the client.
Yeah, exactly. We define our processes by what the clients are looking for, so we're very adaptive. So we don't have any design products. It's all custom driven by what the client needs from a functional as well as an aesthetic perspective.
Why would someone want to choose Modulex Carolinas to do the work of representing their sign in the front of their building?
I think it's largely driven by the people in the process. I think we make it a very adaptive, we set expectations with them, and I think we want to make this as easy for them as possible.
And your work shows for itself too.
Yes, thank you.
It's fantastic,
yes,
it really
proud.
is.
We're very proud.
Do you have a lot of out-of-town company visitors that travel from other places throughout the world, really, to come and see your work?
We do. We do a lot with some not only local groups, we have a lot of national rebranding work. We do a lot of those, and they come and visit our facility not only to see our plant, but to also to meet the people that may only have a chance to meet over a web call or over the phone.
Absolutely. So you get to show them Fort Mill.
Exactly.
Our beautiful historic Main Street
Yes,
Fort Mill.
I do.
Awesome. And so you live right here.
I do. I live out in Baxter Village, and it's a tremendous growth area, and it's a super welcoming place.
And is it true that your wife was actually the one that discovered how awesome the Fort Mill schools are?
Yes, I'll give her all the credit.
And you listened. And look at today.
I know.
No wonder you're still in business.
Thank you.
Very
Yes,
wise man.
yes, I am.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
John
very much.
Elvington, owner of Modulex Carolinas.
Yes.
We're glad to have you here.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for joining us for this edition of Fort Mill Business Today, sponsored by the Fort Mill Economic Council. Until next time, this is Patty Mercer. Bye-bye.